My name is Dr. Amadu Sesay. I am an obstetrician gynecologist. I'm a Sierra Leonean, and it's great being in this Merck Fertility training program. Fertility care in Sierra Leone has so many challenges, and the challenges stem from one, perceptions about fertility, knowledge of people about fertility, the lack of facilities, hospital facilities for care for couples that have problems with fertility, and also the lack of trained and qualified personnel in Sierra Leone that can handle or treat cases of fertility. At the moment, Sierra Leone does not have trained qualified embryologists. Sierra Leone does not have an IVF center or advanced reproductive technology center that provides services like IVF or IRSI. That is a major challenge, and so when there are couples that have fertility problems that require advanced reproductive technology, they have to travel outside Sierra Leone to places like Ghana or to some other countries that have advanced reproductive technology. People are not quite aware. I think you have those that are of the middle and upper class that are aware that there are services that exist in other parts of the world that are advanced that would help them, get babies when they want to and they have problems. But then you have the majority of people who are not educated or who are not aware that there are those services or those options available for them to exploit. And that is a major challenge. Socially, fertility poses a big problem. It is a problem for married couples. It is a problem for the social circle of the married couple. The family of the bride, the family of the groom, when they get expectant, they hope to have, their newlywed couple to have children. But when that does not happen, the couple face a lot of embarrassment. The couple face a lot of challenge psychologically. The couple are sometimes even blamed for not being able to have a baby. And that really puts especially women in a very bad light or position, because a lot of people think that fertility issues are actually women issues alone. That is the wrong stereotype in my country. And also there are traditional beliefs and there are also religious influences which think that issues of infertility are related to spiritual cause and not actually physiological or reproductive or scientific as we know it. So they take those women and their families or couples and go to churches and mosques to pray, or sometimes go to traditional healers who promise to give them treatment, but most times it doesn't work. And these couples are actually having a lot of emotional stress. Yes, there is a serious stigmatization for women that are infertile or couples that are infertile, and the blame is often much placed on the women. The women are the ones that carry the brunt or bear the blame, and they are stigmatized, and sometimes, especially in polygamous families, in a setting where you have a husband and two wives, a wife that is not fertile faces a lot of emotional challenges and blames and pressures from the family of the husband and also the community. They mount a lot of pressure on the woman for not having children. Yes, I think I have experienced a few. I have seen marriages fall or break apart because a woman fails to conceive or have a baby. Just because of that, the relatives of the husband would come and decide that their son, who is the husband, should seek for another wife and abandon this woman just because she is unable to bear children. And that is a very serious cause for concern. They have been making a little strides to improve the situation, but not much. There is quite a very long way to go, because the Ministry of Health of my country, Sierra Leone, has a health education unit that gives out information to people from time to time. But that is not enough. We still have a lot of social and cultural barriers to overcome if we are to get to the bottom of the problem and solve it. For instance, there is a role to be played by spiritual leaders, churches, mosques, traditional healers, that infertility is indeed an issue that has to be checked or has to be attended to in a hospital setting or in a fertility clinic, and not otherwise, and not in other areas. So that misconception is a challenge. But there is quite a long way to go, because facilities are also limited, and we do not have much resources, and we do not have, the personnel or the human resource that are trained and qualified to offer quality care in terms of infertility. This training program has actually been of tremendous importance to myself, to my patients, to my community, and to my country as a whole. It has increased my knowledge base in fertility and advanced reproductive medicine, including IVF and IRSI. And I think when I apply what I have learned here to the practice of obstetrics and gynecology in general, and also fertility care in my country, it will help patients to conceive. It will help couples to realize their dream of having a healthy baby. And also it will help the community to break the stereotypes and the misconceptions. And it will help the community to realize that there are avenues that one can exploit to be able to get children, through treatment. And also it will help my country as a whole, because, as I said, my country is in dire need of infertility treatment or advanced reproductive treatment for couples that require to have children. So basically, I think I will be happy as a doctor, having more knowledge and skills. My patients will be happy to have good outcome, which is of course a live, a healthy baby. My community will be happy because it solves a social problem, and my country will be very happy because it's a progress and it's development for my nation as a whole. And when I get back to my country, first of all, I am going to re-strategize and reorganize my practice. I used to practice before as an obstetrician gynecologist, but I'm going to modify that. I'm going to improve on my practice, and I'm going to adopt some of the skills and knowledge that I have acquired in this Merck Fertility training program, towards my practice on a daily basis. And I'm going to seek to improve on what is being done, by practitioners in Sierra Leone. Techniques like intrauterine insemination, for instance, is a good avenue to explore, which I would get to be doing when I get back. And in the future, techniques like in vitro fertilization and IRSI, so that we would expand and increase the probability of success, for my patient, for my country, for my people. Well, I think there is quite a lot, but what has fascinated me most is having an opportunity to work in the IVF operation theater, to have an opportunity to get to see some of the advanced equipment, to have an opportunity also to, see how the clinical practice is being done in the hospitals here. So this is actually a very important thing for me and for my country as a whole. So basically, by and large, the practical side of this training program, the Merck Fertility training program, has been very, very beneficial, and I think it's my area of interest and appreciation. My message to future aspirants who will be coming or who will be benefiting from Merck Fertility training program, you have to keep your mind open. You have to get involved. There is quite a lot to learn. There is quite a lot to improve on. Even if you've been practicing, there is quite to add, a lot to add. And this is a very good opportunity, a very good platform to have that knowledge and that skill set, so that you would provide better care and you would improve on the quality of your service especially with regards to fertility treatment. I want to give many thanks to Merck Foundation because it is a very good thing that they have done for myself, for my patient, for my community back home, for my country, and for the world at large. I think I am going to contribute in my own way towards making the world a better place, thanks to Merck Foundation.